Everybody doing tonight? You good? You good? You on a blind date? Every date's a blind date if you're talking about the fruit. It never fails. Eating asparagus always makes my vomit smell like asparagus. I'll never forget the morning and I walked in on my parents having checks. I've had a lot of jobs. I used to own a lawn chair repair shop, but that went out of business. So I became a dandelion advocate and I was a mistletoe installer for a while. When that didn't work out, I spent a little time as a numbing agent. I've had lots of jobs. For a short time, I ran a rickshaw company called Totin' Folks. I've had a lot of jobs. One time, I tried having a permanent yard sale. That didn't work out. Then I applied to be a wind chime tuner. I didn't get that job, but it worked out because I got a great gig as an insecurity guard. My wife wants to get a dunk tank for the living room, and I'm like, I don't know. Not sure if that's a good idea, you know. What are you gonna do? She was Googling poisons the other night, though. Not sure what that was all about. Not gonna worry about it. I can't get divorced because then I have to start dating again. When women look at dating profiles, they don't want your interest to include drinking 2 Coors Lights on an empty stomach as soon as I get home. And wailing to the basement tapes alone in the garage. No, I love my wife, though. The other day, she made some no-bake cookies. They were so delicious. And I can't imagine how great they might have been if she'd gone the extra mile and actually baked them. My wife knows me so well. Sometimes I think she would recognize me if all that was left was my skull. People ask me and my wife if we have kids. I'm like, no, we don't have kids. Just 2 dogs, a gorilla, and some woolly mammoth remains. My wife, she's a delicate flower. You just can't tell by looking at her. She has a voice that'll trigger your fight or flight response. I don't know. Things aren't going well. I'm starting to think somebody botched my execution. You ever feel that way, sir? Yeah, I'm not even sure what I mean when I say that, and this guy agrees. By the way, sir, where do you stand on current events? Okay, don't answer that one. So it turns out my recycling center doesn't take porcelain or fine leather. And that really burns me up. But don't worry, I don't have an anger problem. I have a patience problem. My anger works just fine. I do not need to work on my anger. That's right. I'm as mad as hell. And I'm probably going to continue to take it for quite a while longer, if I'm honest. I love the idea of not suffering fools gladly, but in reality, I suffer fools very gladly. I am below livid. How do I look? I dressed up for you tonight. But I can't remember if I've worn these pants 9 times or just 8. I had a little time off, so my hygiene's more like goodbye Gene, if you know what I'm saying. Nah, I'm just kidding. I've been taking good care of myself, actually. Trying to get fit. I'm finally back down to a 30-inch wrist. I've been working out. My resting heart rate has plummeted since I'm getting fit. Trying to get it down to 0, then I'll be happy. I'll stop there. I lift about 100 pounds a week. What'd you say, sir? Do I want a sip of your drink? I'd rather sit in a dark puddle on a subway seat. Let me ask you guys this. I've been wondering, how many cans of black olives a day is too much? I admit it, Your Honor, I batted an eyelash. I'm not sure what that one was about. Sometimes I start a sentence without any idea how it's going to elephant. What's that? You don't think I'm funny? Sir? Excuse me for saying this, but you look like the kind of fella who wouldn't swerve to miss a dog. Sorry. I know I'm skipping around a lot here, trying out some new stuff tonight. How about this one? I'm a poet and did not know that I was one. The boogeyman was once a boogie boy, scary now. I told you about my wife, my significant other. Is that I didn't tell you is that I have 8 billion insignificant others. She liked that one, yeah? Here you go, ma'am. I've got another good joke for you. How are brownies like jigsaw puzzles? You eat the corner pieces first! I was a Twizzler kid, but I'm a Red Vine man. You ever feel like a reused piece of tape? Sir, are you enjoying the show? Good. I'm glad. I have some advice for you, sir. Next time you mow your lawn, mow like no one's watching. You know, life sure is weird. I grow a tiny lawn on top of my head and pay another man to mow it for me. What's that all about? I had 2 pieces of toast for breakfast. Is that just a butter sandwich? Stop me if you've heard jokes before. Excuse me, sir. I made it so simple you see that left? And she was sobbing controllably. It's a crazy world we're living in. I don't understand it. Everything is upside down. You know, I was watching the news the other day, another rerun. And there was a story about a doctor who was in prison for delivering babies. Imprisoned for delivering babies. I'm like, I know, that didn't sound right to me either. Thing is, they never found the livers. You'll get that one on the way home. She'll explain it to you. Well, that's almost my time. I gotta get to my Time Traveler Society meeting. It's at 8 p.m. and it adjourns at 6. I don't want to be late. Just remember, folks, anything is impossible. I'm Joey Bonkaronka. Good night.